Hello pilots and welcome back to another orientation video for the OB-317 Space Superiority Fighter. We are once again in the simulator seat of an F-63 Condor, and in your travels you may find need to come along the ground, and we're going to talk a little bit about maneuvering in low gravity. I don't know what the trainer ship is doing over there. We are at Tethys in the Saturn system, which has, I believe, 0.01 G's, maybe 0.02. The point is, it's relatively small. You probably won't be out here, but it should simulate gravity on an asteroid, one of the larger asteroids that's out there that might actually have some semblance of gravity, perhaps even Phobos or Deimos. Not that the simulator program has those environments. But here we are, and we're going to talk a little bit about how gravity can affect things. So my readout is showing 0.01 G, and I'm going to disable flight assist. We talked about flight assist a little bit last... Oh, I'm a little bit in reverse. That's why I don't have a zeroed out throttle. What is going on? Yeah, I was in reverse. But now you notice that my elevation is dropping. That's because there's gravity. Not a lot of it, but enough that is going to affect the performance of the fighter. You'll be starting out in a low gravity environment such as this one, 0.1 Gs, 0.2 Gs, 0.01, 0.1, 0.25. You'll be starting out in low G environments and eventually working your way up through the various simulated settings that we have in here. We're going to be working in almost zero gravity right now, but it will still affect how your fighter operates. So I'm going to go ahead and turn flight assist back on so I don't become yet another crater in the landscape here, and we're going to go looking for trouble. I don't mean anything to fight, I mean interesting topography, interesting geography that we can use, because an important skill as soon as your ground side will be evading enemy sensor systems. The OB-317 can strike from a very long range. However, space usually isn't very kind at hiding someone, and if you can see them, they can probably see you. The idea is trying to keep that from happening. So, whenever you get the chance to do any sort of terrain following, whether it's on a large asteroid, if you're down on Mars, if you, for whatever reason, need to be defending Earth, if you can terrain follow and follow up enemy sensor systems, it will keep you from being seen. My computer thinks that I want to keep landing, that's why that keeps popping up at the bottom. I don't want to land, I just want to be that close to the ground. You notice I have an elevation meter on the right, reading 30, now up to 100 meters as the ground dropped off behind us. Gravity's not doing a whole lot here, but I still, you notice, had to angle up more than I would have otherwise because, number one, momentum, and number two, gravity will do a little bit to you. Circle back around to the trainer ship. Look at Saturn's rings edge on. Isn't that fun? Alright, circle back here. Hello, how you doing? Please don't crash it like last time. Okay, one more directional thing that you can use. I mentioned drifting in the last video with flight assist off and yaw, or maybe pitch, so that your direction of travel, a little boost against the ground there, so that your direction of travel isn't where you're facing. I mentioned flight assist for that. There's actually another way that you can do that as well. This hat toggle on the top of your primary joystick does have directional inputs. It's meant for parking. It's meant for landing. It's meant for setting down carefully on a landing pad. This ship doesn't even have landing gear. The F-63. But the controls are in here. We drop to below 100 meters. Let's get that terrain on, maybe 50. Yeah, there we go. And you notice up, left, right, and down, all by using this toggle right here. I also used another control here a moment ago, and that's boost. You'll find a row of buttons on the back of your throttle over here. The front one is your boost. Gives you a burst of speed as well as maneuverability. Use it to get out of tight spots, but again, if you're near the ground, getting out of one tight spot will have one of two effects. Number one, it could put you into a different tight spot. Or number two, if you're following along nice and close and you almost run into trouble, like, say that ridge coming up on us faster than we want, pull up, hit boost, make sure we don't hit it. But now all of a sudden we are 200 meters above the ground. We're above that little horizon. We lost track of what we were doing. We popped up too high and we made ourselves a target. So pilots, familiarize yourself with terrain following sims such as these. Whether you're on a small gravity world or one that has a bit more gravity. In fact, I am going to look through the simulator files here on the program. There's an example of using boost to get out of a tight spot. I'm going to look through the simulator files here on the program, see if I can't find something with a little more gravity and something a little more interesting. I hear Mercury looks good this time of year, so I will see you in just a moment. Alright pilots, welcome back. We are now on Mercury, and we are heading towards an outpost that is 50 kilometers away. To do so, we're going to engage in terrain following. Shit. Alright pilots, welcome back. We are now in a slightly trickier scenario, because we are heading for a planetary outpost on the other side of this crater, and we're going to work on terrain following on the way. It's 50 kilometers away, and we're going to head out there right now. Now we're on Mercury right now, and Mercury at the surface has 0.38 Gs of gravity. That pull is coincidentally the same that you will find at the Martian surface. I'm wondering what's going on with part of my HUD there. So practicing on Mercury can be very convenient if you want to be ready for whatever missions you may have incoming. Do we have to do this today? Do we have to? No, you know, Mercury's gravity Mercury has 0.38 Gs of pull. Mercury's gravity is 0.38 that of Earth's, which is coincidentally the same that you will find at the Martian surface, so it makes an excellent testing ground in the simulator. Mars itself is not in the simulator. I was told between sections of this video that it had something to do with classified blah 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 blah. I don't buy that because there's civilian maps, but meh. Okay. So we've been following this crater on the way in here, and as such, we haven't been able to see the settlement, but nor have they been able to see us. Thing is, it's a big settlement, it's got plenty of power output, we know that it's there, it's not moving. They're not expecting us. Since we haven't just come straight down on them, we are coming in with a significant advantage. I believe that this crater should drop us about 15 clicks from the target. We're about to crest a hill over here. Careful. And here we are, 15 clicks from the target. Hit the boost, close your distance. Here they have probably 2 minutes to scramble a response, if that. Which is certainly better than if we dropped in from orbit. They could have seen us coming from 100 kilometers away, if not more. So by closing in to this distance using terrain following, we have the advantage here. Depending on your missile loadout, you may have been able to strike right at 15. Do damage, perhaps take out a fighter bay before they could even notice you were there. The OB-317 is great at that sort of long-distance engagement. The F-63 is not. However, if properly outfitted in the sim, you should be able to simulate these various missions and responses. Well, pilots, I invite you to try it out, whether you start out on Tethys at 0.1 Gs, Mercury at 0.38, or any other planetary body. Persephone has like 2 Gs, but I have no idea why it's in the sim. I welcome you to try that all out. Learn terrain following because it will save your life when you need to be on a planetary surface. Practice. Be good. Have fun. And I'll see you guys out in the field.